hello there.
Well, hello to you too. Obi-Wan Kenobi is almost here and I am not ready. We've got Ewan, we've got Hayden, and High School Me is thriving. With that said, here's everything you need to know about Obi-Wan Kenobi. First, the release date. It's a 6-episode limited series and the first 2 episodes drop on Friday, May 27th. New episodes will be released every Wednesday after that, with the finale set for June 22nd. As for the story, it's set 10 years after Revenge of the Sith and that epic battle on Mustafar. Remember, Obi-Wan was like, "You are the chosen one," and Anakin was all, "I hate you, Dad!" And honestly, can we all just get along? Okay, so maybe not then. Now a traitor and on the run, Obi-Wan exiled himself to Tatooine to watch over a young Luke Skywalker, aka Anakin's son. But in the series, we will see Obi-Wan visiting other planets, including Daiyu, which is new to the Star Wars canon.
It's really exciting actually to get to create a new world. A lot of the references in the starting point for the world, where I was looking a lot of like Wong Kar-wai and like Chungking Express, In the Mood for Love, that kind of vibe. And so I was looking at things like the Bangkok night market, Hong Kong at night, and just kind of this sort of shady but colorful and really fun experience in that world.
What's interesting is the series will feature members of the Inquisitorius, and they are Force-sensitive agents who serve the Galactic Empire. Their whole deal is hunting down any and all Jedi who survived Order 66, so they're the bad guys. Meanwhile, Vader has risen to power with the Empire, and we all know what's coming. A reunion between the Master and former apprentice before their inevitable final meeting on the Death Star.
When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.
But don't worry, gods of canon. Director Deborah Chow has an interesting take on why the two had to come back together.
The main reason is when we started really looking at Obi-Wan's life and saying, who's important in his life, what meant something to him. So much of that connects back to Anakin and Vader, that it felt very organic that it would be part of this series. We're telling in large part the second act of their stories. They have the weight, for Obi-Wan, he's got the weight of everything that happened in the prequels on him, and then we're trying to move the arc towards A New Hope. So it was a really interesting journey.
Now, let's talk about this cast. Of course, none of this will be possible without Ewan McGregor returning as Obi-Wan Kenobi.
It was very important that we got it right for the canon of Star Wars, that we don't make any mistakes, but also that we tell a story that's our own story. And I think there are some threads that we saw between, Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope that will be very satisfying for the fans.
Best of all, Ewan says he's down to play Obi-Wan again if given the chance, which please make it so. And we're just as excited to see Hayden Christensen back as Darth Vader, because remember, he wasn't well received back in the day.
I don't like sand.
But now we're looking at it through a new lens. And the Vader we'll see in the series isn't the New Hope Vader quite yet.
For both Hayden and I, one of the things that was the most interesting was getting to do Vader at a different point in the timeline. He isn't Revenge of the Sith and he isn't A New Hope. We're in the middle. So obviously he is still the character, but he's in that second act of the character that was exciting to explore.
Rupert Friend from Homeland and Anatomy of a Scandal plays the Empire's highest-ranking Inquisitor, aka the Grand Inquisitor. Fans will recognize the character from Star Wars Rebels, where he was voiced by the wonderful Jason Isaacs.
I am the Inquisitor. Welcome.
Sung Kang from Power and the Fast and Furious franchise plays the fifth brother. In Star Wars canon, he was a former Jedi who survived Order 66 before joining the Inquisitorius. Voiced by Philip Anthony Rodriguez in Star Wars Rebels, he and Seventh Sister were sent by Darth Vader to hunt down the Ghost Crew.
I will succeed where you and Callus have failed.
Moses Ingram from The Queen's Gambit is Inquisitor Reva, aka the third sister.
They all have their own way of doing things, and I think the thing about her, she doesn't care what anybody thinks about how she does it. She plays the offensive and she wants to be first. And she's just passionate about what she does, and I think that's what leads her.
Meanwhile, 2 more prequel trilogy favorites are back. Joel Edgerton and Bonnie Peace return as Uncle Owen Lars and Aunt Beru. Luke himself is played by Grant Feely from Creepshow. Additional cast members include Indira Varma from Game of Thrones, Kumail Nanjiani from Eternals, Simone Kessel of The Crossing, Maya Erskine of Pen 15, O'Shea Jackson Jr. from Ingrid Goes West, and Uncut Gems director Benny Safdie. And finally, let's talk about the creative team. Deborah Chow, who worked on The Mandalorian and Better Call Saul, executive produced and directed all 6 episodes. With Obi-Wan, she becomes the first woman to helm a live-action Star Wars project from start to finish. Joby Harold wrote the series and serves as an executive producer with Kathleen Kennedy, Michelle Rejwan, and Ewan McGregor. Star Wars composer John Williams wrote the main theme, and Natalie Holt of Loki composed the score for all 6 episodes. And there you have it, everything we know so far about Obi-Wan Kenobi. Are you excited for the series? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And remember, keep it classy like Obi-Wan, or else.
I will do what I must.
For TVLine.com, I'm Keisha Hatchett.